Friday evening, 6 p.m. on Sunset Boulevard. I am in Los Angeles.
My choice of accommodations for this LA stop was the once infamous Riot House, now known as the Andes Hotel, and it's on Sunset Boulevard in West Hollywood. And it was rock and roll central for the many years when the Strip was the epicenter of Rockstars shenanigans. I'm at the Andes Hotel on Sunset Boulevard, or West Sunset Boulevard, the famous Sunset Strip. There's probably no other piece of freeway that is more famous in Los Angeles than the Strip. It goes all the way from downtown to the beaches, passing through the legendary locales that Quentin Tarantino immortalized in Once Upon a Time in America. Richard Cole, the band's manager during the 1970s, was so eccentric, he used to ride his motorcycle, a Harley Davidson, through the lobby of the hotel, which back then was called the Hyatt House. The Hyatt House, nicknamed the Riot House, because bands used to stay there frequently. Led Zeppelin used to occupy the entire 12th floor, and they were frequently renowned for throwing furniture out the windows onto the Strip below, as well as lobbing beer bottles across the road to nearby hotels and buildings. The Strip, as you probably know, is home to the Roxy, famous for One Night at the Roxy, the Whiskey A Go-Go. It's a rocking place, the Andes, these days. These days there's DJs, not rock bands. And there's a big pool party here tomorrow night. Apparently there's 250 people get up there and go all afternoon. Looking forward to rocking out. The Andes Hotel, or Riot House as it was known, is the stuff of legend. It's got an incredible story. It's the original rock and roll Sunset Hotel. Televisions got thrown through its windows, motorcycles would be ridden indoors, inappropriate acts took place around the pool, you name it. Even little Richard lived here for a time, back in the day. And driving down the Sunset Strip in the 1970s could actually be hazardous to your health. The dozens of balconies lining the Continental Hyatt House, which is what it was called, were often populated with visiting rock stars, including bands like The Who, The Rolling Stones, and Led Zeppelin. And like overstimulated toddlers, these men ran riot over the hotel, hence the name. Zeppelin's band members, or manager, rode his motorcycle up and down the halls. Jim Morrison once hung off a 10th floor balcony like a monkey, and orgies were almost a nightly occurrence. Oblivious to the people below, Keith Richards and Keith Moon supposedly threw TVs off the balcony, while John Bonham pelted cars with water balloons and champagne bottles. And the hotel staff had a remarkably lenient attitude toward these rock and roll antics.
Friday the 16th on Melrose, on Sunset Boulevard, just going to go for a bit of a stroll.
Fondly referred to as Sunset Strip, it's the mile and a half of avenue that links Hollywood with the moneyed upmarket neighborhood of Beverly Hills. Well, this section of wide avenue in West Coast America houses a huge percentage of the famous rock clubs you've ever heard of or read about in rock folklore. The Whiskey A Go-Go, the Cat House, the Roxy, the Viper Room.
And it's also the home of Sunset Strip Tattoo, the place where any self-respecting or established or wannabe rocker goes to get some serious ink done into their skin. They've all gone under the needle there, from Motley Crue to Guns N' Roses to Billy Idol to nouveau wannabe bad boy Robbie Williams. The Viper Room was originally called the Melody Room, and it opened all the way back in 1951 as an intimate jazz club. But back in the 40s, mobsters Siegel and Cohen used it as a gambling den. And in the 1970s and 80s, there was a club called Central. In 1993, Johnny Depp purchased the venue and renamed it the Viper Room, after a group of musicians known for smoking weed.
Yes, how old is he? He's 23. 23? Okay, you know telephone number? He must be from here to Viper Room. Okay, Viper Room.
That same year, the club was the site of River Phoenix's tragic drug overdose on Halloween night. Today, you can still hear rising rock bands and headliners in this landmark gritty nightclub. Although other recent reports are that faded areas of the strip like the Whiskey and the Viper Room are all being torn down. From the early 50s was the scene of the surf bands that eventually morphed into the heady music that the Doors' Jim Morrison turned into an art form in the 1960s. LA's Sunset Boulevard has always appeared on the radar as the ultimate place for misbehaving rock stars to congregate. Before your visit to LA, make sure you watch the wonderful 2012 documentary Sunset Strip, directed by Hans Fellstedt, and currently available on Netflix and other services if you search for it. The film's a wide-ranging history of the Strip through the 20th century, with revealing interviews with celebrities like Johnny Depp, Keanu Reeves, Sofia Coppola, Los Angeles historians and longtime strip scenesters, including some real-deal mobsters. The Strip is also famous for its vast array of massive billboards taking the whole sides of buildings. And the Strip and its many billboards were used cleverly by the Rolling Stones in its recent music video, Angry, featuring Sydney Sweeney.
On the famous Hollywood or Sunset Strip, one thing that strikes me immediately is the billboards have all shifted to either be entertainment kind of products or designer brands. You have Burberry projecting its cool Britannia vibe, Saint Laurent with rappers. You've got Ralph Lauren, ubiquitous Ralph Lauren is everywhere. I remember the last time that I was driving up here was the famous Marlboro cowboy on a lamppost outside the Chateau Marmont, which is just up here. But now the cowboy's gone and it's Ralph Lauren instead.
The Hollywood Walk of Fame is a destination for dreamers all around the globe. The famous stretch of sidewalk along Hollywood Boulevard symbolises glamour as it's marked with the names of the most successful actors, filmmakers and musicians and celebrities in history. But it's really a very clever marketing ploy, with about 24 induction ceremonies annually, which are broadcast around the world. And this constant reinforcement has provided to the public and made the Walk of Fame a top visitor attraction. The Hollywood Walk of Fame is undoubtedly one of the most successful marketing ideas ever produced. The walk passes right outside Grauman's Chinese, which is now the IMAX Theatre, one of the most lavish cinemas in motion picture history, where the young handprints and signatures of the early Harry Potter cast can be seen, alongside those of classics movie stars such as Frank Sinatra, Clark Gable, Julie Andrews. Stars have to pay a hefty fee of $50,000 to accept their nomination from the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce, after which they get to bring home a placard with their name on it and a replica of their star. Tinseltown. Ever heard the phrase, Los Angeles is the entertainment capital of the world? Well, truth be told, it really is.
If you were to ask me what is the spiritual center of Los Angeles, some might say it's Warner Brothers, one of the old studios that have been around for hundreds of years. Others might say Disneyland. Others might say the Beverly Center for shopping. But to me, there is only one spiritual center of Los Angeles, of Hollywood, and that's behind me, the Chateau Marmont. The mythic hotel and residences which have seen so many major cultural icons impacted.
The Greater Los Angeles area is responsible for producing most of the entertainment output, which makes California the leading supplier of world entertainment. The motion picture and entertainment industry in this region generates close to $50 billion annually in direct sales. Many entertainers have made their homes here in the LA area, which further drives the real estate market and local economy. And these uber wealthy stars have enough money to live anywhere in the world, but have chosen to settle here, further proving the theory that Los Angeles is truly one of the greatest cities in the USA. LA certainly does not have a shortage of things to do, and this fact is proven by the statistics which show over 40 million visitors and $15 billion in tourism revenue pour in annually. From the year-round resident to the busy traveller simply passing through, Los Angeles has countless of activities for anyone to choose from. LA has 5 major theme parks, including Disneyland, Universal Studios, as well as nearly a dozen small ones. There are over 100 museums, dozens of zoos and aquariums, and 10 professional sports teams which call the area home.
Hey, to be honest, I'm not a big fast food fiend, but here I am, my last night in LA, outside the LA famous In-N-Out Burger. I'm gonna go in here and check out what the big deal is. Let's see if I can eat this shit. Holy crap. They're giving free drugs away. What a trip this is. I wish I had a share of this business. It's literally like everyone's queuing up for a music festival. Bizarre.
20, 14, 12, please.
These are animal fries, made from real animals, probably American animals, like roadrunners, coyotes, small deer, and Mexican people running over the border. That's known as Falatana. Burger. It's a burger. I think I would have preferred a big kahuna burger and then got shot in the head by Jules and Winston. I guess the ingredients taste like there's more real things in them than say McDonald's. It's just like a squish and Mark Weens, your day job is very safe. I'm not going to be taking over from you anytime soon. I love your work, by the way.
And if that's not enough for you, there's also 8,300 restaurants, nearly 400 bars and nightclubs, and countless concert venues, which means there's always something fun going on, exciting. And the weather is also a key part of the attraction, which average temperatures in Los Angeles being in summer, being a high of 82 degrees Fahrenheit, lows at 63 Fahrenheit, and winter temperatures averaging a high of 65 Fahrenheit, lows of 48 Fahrenheit. So there's no question that LA has the nicest weather in the nation. Angelinos enjoy 329 days of sunshine a year, and an average of 15 inches of rain. And regardless of the season, there's a combination of beaches and deserts and valleys and mountains, all providing the perfect location for whatever the weather brings. It gives Los Angeles the unique ability to offer many outdoor activities all throughout the year. And while there is generally a winter season, it's normally very mild, and people are able to enjoy the great outdoors without too much interruption. Los Angeles is made up of 469 miles, which include flatlands, wetlands, hills, mountains, rivers, lakes. But it's also got the benefit of being on the coast, in the Pacific Ocean, at its front doorstep. Only adds to the list of activities that many Angelinos regularly enjoy. Whether it's swimming or surfing or sailing or fishing or running, bicycling, hiking, camping, or there are other activities, chances are you can find that in LA. And then there's the beaches. The Los Angeles area also boasts more than 75 miles of coastline, with beautiful beaches and water activities, as well as 24,000 acres of parks, hundreds of miles of hiking and bike riding trails, and the nearby mountains, which get an average of 130 to 32 inches of snow each year. There aren't too many places in the United States where you can surf in the morning, ski in the afternoon, but LA is proudly one of them. Being the entertainment capital of the world doesn't mean it's all about the actors and their latest movies to hit the box office. They get to share the spotlight with the music industry and all the immense talent that employs. Los Angeles is home to Capitol Records, Rhino Records, the Hollywood Bowl, the Greek Theatre, and the Wilton, to name a few. It was also the birthplace of iconic bands such as the Beach Boys, the Doors, Dr. Dre, NWA, Snoop Dogg, Sublime, and the Red Hot Chili Peppers. The area continues to grow as the worldwide centre for live rock music, rap, and the music industry in general. And Los Angeles has also been called the rave capital of the world, hosting numerous music festivals throughout the year, which bring a total of nearly 200,000 people in attendance to each and every one. It's also the home of world-famous shows such as American Idol, The Voice, the MTV Music Awards, and Glee.
In 80 days, adventurer and award-winning filmmaker Paul G. Roberts retraces the global footsteps of Phileas Fogg, hero of Jules Verne's most famous work,